Number 3. Do you like the idea of Ada and Leon? Um, I don't think it would ever happen. Like, I just don't. I feel like they have a connection that they can't deny, but as in my confession video that I just made, I just don't think that they would ever be able to work out being together. I just don't think it would ever happen. Number 4, will you ever be brave enough to tackle another Silent Hill game or even finish Silent Hill 3? Puppy dog guys. Um, I was gonna get Shattered Memories for the PS2. I have not picked it up yet. I think it's out now. Um, and I also have Silent Hill 2, which I know is not your favorite Silent Hill, but I wanted to play it because Pyramid Head's in it. And I'm going to be doing that as a stream, so if you want to come watch that, you can. Silent Hill 3, maybe I'll finish it eventually. But I hated that part with the things that knock you down, and I was lost and confused and just mad. I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. Um, and just for laughs, who would win in a fight with Jada? Jada. You can tell I'm tired. Jill versus Ada. Which Jill are we talking about? Because if we're talking about Battlesuit Jill, then she's gonna win because she like freaking kicked Mr. Roydfield's ass. So, um, very easily, and she shoots a lot and is annoying and does crab walks. So, Battlesuit Jill would win. I think in just a regular fight between Jill and Ada, I think Ada would just play too dirty for Jill, where Jill's more of a straightforward person. She's not gonna like try and stab you in the back or anything. She's gonna fight you fair and honestly, but Ada's gonna do whatever she can to live. She would probably win. And that's just not just because I like Ada more than I like Jill. I like them both equally, but I think that Ada would win. Going back to the rest of Val's questions, some non-Resident Evil ones. Number 6, what's the very first video game you ever played? Very first video game I ever played. Wow. Um, Pac-Man maybe? Like, 'cause it was like little arcade thing. Maybe Pac-Man? If it's not Pac-Man, then it was Mario. Mario was the first game that I actually owned. My parents got me the original Nintendo, and we played Mario on it all the time, so it would have been Mario. Okay. Number 7. What's the one video, whether it's a parody, video game, music video, etc., they've always wanted to make but have never been able to? Um, God, that's a hard one. There's so many. There's one music video that a friend of mine requested a really long time ago, and I got about halfway through, and then Premiere's just being an asshole and never let me finish it. It was Protege-moi, which I believe is by Placebo. I think it's by Placebo. If it's not, I'm sorry. It's a really good song. I was gonna do it to Shadow Hearts, and then I just kind of got stuck. I would still like to do my version of Resident Evil 5 or my version of what Resident Evil 6 would be, but I feel like I have too much of a broad span of what I want to happen in the next game, which I know is not going to happen because they're revamping the series or whatever. I think that's about it though, because usually when I have something in mind, I try my best to make it. Well, actually, I want to make a real Final Fantasy X or Final Fantasy 13 or Versus 13 video to Brian, whatever his name is, Grace, which I used for the fandom. But I can't yet because the game's not out yet, so I cannot make that yet. So there you go. Parado X505 says, okay, here's a question. You're stranded on an island. How would you get off the island using a parachute, pots and pans, and 24 cases of beer? Weird question. Like this one. Usually means hilarious answers. Don't let me down, lol. Ha ha ha. Because we know I'm funny, so I have to have a funny answer. Pots and pans. Well, first, I'd probably just drink all the beer. 24 cases. Or 24 case. A 24 case of beer. Okay, so there's 24 things of beer. I'd probably drink the beer first and be like, wow, I'm stranded on an island. This fucking sucks. And then I'd walk around and I'd, hit the pots and pans together and make lots of noise, which I probably was already making a lot of noise because I was drunk. And a parachute. Um, I'd probably try my best to cut up the thing of parachute, or maybe not cut it up, but spell out help somehow with the parachute, which probably would involve having to cut it up, but or I would spell out help on the ground and put the big old parachute out next to it to try and draw more attention, because the parachute's really not going to do you any good on an island. Yeah, when you're already on the island. But yeah, so that's my answer. I hope it was funny enough for you. Director Smiley, of course, wants to know, when will Irving get on with Bird Lady in Capcom Friends 2? He won't. Irving doesn't get any. Sorry, Director Smiley. I know you want your character to get laid, but he's creepy, so he's not going to. Alright, that's the first round of questions. There will probably be more, so these are probably going to be some pretty long videos because I don't know how to stop talking. Anyway, bye guys! Alright, back to questions. Tony20020 says, excellent videos, man! Are you planning on doing any more drunk playing? Probably. We'll see. I still have some of it that I haven't posted, so I'll be posting that soon. I want to give some time for the question video to be up though before I do that, so probably once this video goes up, then it'll be up soon afterward. Number 2. Which Resident Evil game you love the most? Why? I would say it's probably pretty close between Resident Evil 4 and Remake. Mostly because, like I've already said, Resident Evil 4 was the first Resident Evil that I ever played, and I still love that game. I've played it so many times, and there are parts that I hate. If you watched my not Let's Play, not LP of it, then you know that, because I sit there going, I hate this part, I hate this part, I hate this part. Where in Remake, there's only like a few parts that I hate. So, yeah. But I hate it because it always challenges me, and I get so mad because I should be able to do it after playing it so many times. Okay. Number 3. Which is your favorite console? Well, I must say, I absolutely am in love with my PlayStation 3. I love that I can put movies on it, and I can decorate the desktop, and I can play online with people, and play old games on it, which I haven't really done. But I'd have to say, my favorite? I would probably actually say the PS2 because of the games on it. And then Nintendo 64 because I grew up with that one and I loved my Nintendo 64 and all the games I had on it. So, yeah. I think that's it. So yeah, that's kind of a tie. I give 3. I'd say overall entirely probably my PlayStation 3 just because there's so much you can do with it. Spoonerism 2501. I'm just gonna read these numbers like that. Ask, is pie delicious? Yes. 2, when's the book coming out? Okay. So, I think a lot of you guys think that I'm already getting published, but I'm not. I just finished the edits of it, so now I need to try and get published. So that is definitely in the works. I just finished the final draft of it. I gave it to Nick. He's going to read over it real quick and fix any errors that I glanced over. And then after that, I got a website from a friend of mine whose sister is actually published and her agency. So I'm going to be trying to get that published while I'm also working on another story, which is a werewolf story. And there'll probably be more information about both of those in the near future. Number 3. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you go? Probably England. Got a lot of friends over in England, and well, Britain in general. And I've been there before. I went to London and we went to Stratford-on-the-Avon, which is where Shakespeare's from, and St. Michael's Mount. We went to all these different castles, and we actually went to the original place that the Pilgrims left from, Plymouth. I love Eddie Izzard's joke about how they left in Plymouth and then they arrived at Plymouth. What a coincidence! So, probably England. Nick would say Austria, so we might end up somewhere in between England and Austria, which would probably be like Norway. We'll see.